Today we are going to be diving into 10 of the biggest mistakes we see fabulous boss babes making when they're getting ready for a photo shoot when it comes to makeup. So get a cup of coffee, get ready, because we're gonna dive into it next. Hey love, I'm Gia Goodrich, the beauty photographer, and if you're new around here, welcome. My channel is all about learning what we need to learn in order to feel beautiful, empowered, and successful in whatever creative business calling you have. And I'm super excited today because I'm with one of my favorite people in the world, Kelliana Cole, who is a brilliant makeup artist. And today we're going to talk about these 10 big mistakes that we see all the time that are super easy to fix, that can really help make somebody look gorgeous and amazing in photos.
And if you're making these mistakes, don't be hard on yourself. We all make mistakes, but we just want to give you a way out.
Yes, that little crack that turns into a giant wide opening that you can walk on through. Okay, so let's get in. Number one, having makeup that does not look like you.
Big mistake, especially if you're taking photos for personal branding, which I think in this day and age, you most likely are. They're either going on your LinkedIn, they're going on your social media, you're using them for professional headshots, whatever that might be. You want to make sure that the way that you look in those photos best represents you. This isn't a catfish moment. If you want to catfish, don't do it on LinkedIn.
We have seriously seen a lot of people actually who have come through getting photos and they've actually asked you to make them look totally different, to do a full glam look or something like that. And for me, it's super important that that image reflects who you are. So if you are somebody who walks around the world with barely a lick of makeup, you should not be doing your professional images with a bold red lip and, ferocious eyebrows.
My God, you guys.
Because that's just not you.
Right.
The most important thing is that it's authentic, Do I?
Like a little hair. I just saw it again.
So one of the things you actually do is you ask people what they normally do in terms of makeup.
Yeah, so I say to them something to the effect of like, tell me about the makeup you wear every day. And that question might be like annoying to hear, but it really gives me the basis for what I'm about to do. Like, I don't want you to wear something that doesn't look like yourself.
Right.
And if you're going to tell me what you do, and then you're going to tell me in the next sentence that you want a black smoky eye, I'm going to be like,
right.
No.
But a lot of makeup artists won't actually do that. They won't say no because, they want to do what you say. They want you to be happy. But the thing is, you probably won't be happy because you will see these images, you'll get them back and you'll be like, something doesn't feel right. And then people who see them will connect with that person who isn't necessarily the person that's walking down the hall or going to shake their hand to greet them. So, big mistake to have a makeup look that looks nothing like you in real life. Easy fix. Stay close to reality. The idea is that it looks like you, maybe just tightened up a little bit, maybe just with a little bit more of a dialed in brow or something, but it should look and feel like you and the way that you normally walk through the world.
Yep. It should be a best version of yourself, not a new version.
Yes. Mistake number 2. The upstairs doesn't match the downstairs. Which is kind of funny when you say it like that, because I'm pretty sure people have different imaginings.
The other way, the way we're doing,
right.
Makeup way.
But you have a floating head. Now, this happens a lot of times if you're doing your own makeup. I'm guilty of this. I just did this majorly the other day because I was rushing around. I wasn't using natural light outside to do my makeup, and so I didn't realize that my neck was a totally different color than my head. And that's a big mistake.
So the best way to fix that is to blend down and to use natural light. Like, get outside. Make sure that you get somewhere that is well lit. It might be true that your bathroom is not that way. It might be true that wherever you're doing your makeup is not well lit. Open the blinds, figure it out. See if it matches. If it doesn't, blend.
Yes. Blend, window, make it work. Mistake number 3 is along those lines, which is not having the right foundation match if you're wearing foundation. Hello? And to you, Kelliana Cole.
Everyone's guilty of it. Everybody does it. And the best way to remedy it is to ask for help.
Help me, I'm poor.
And the way that you do that is to go to a makeup counter. And my advice is to talk to a few different people.
Yeah.
Go to a few different cosmetic lines. Go to a Nordstrom. Go to a Sephora. Go to a Macy's. Ask for help. Find the right color foundation by allowing a professional makeup artist to color match you so that you can find the best color for you.
Yeah.
Everyone sees color a little differently. And I think you want to talk to the makeup artist. Something that I always used to do when I used to work in cosmetics is I would ask people like, well, what do you want your skin to look like? There's people out there who want their foundation to look lighter. There's people out there who want their foundation to look darker. And you have to be able to answer those questions so that the makeup artist can best help you. So be armed to answer those questions and then be ready for somebody to help you.
And make sure that when you do have this experience and you have somebody color match, that then you walk outside, because all the lighting in all of those spaces is horrible. It has a green cast usually, which makes you see color differently. So make sure you walk outside in the light, take a look, see how it feels, take a hand mirror, and oftentimes people will let you try a bit, and you can try it for a few days and see really if it is a match for you.
I would say ask for a sample, definitely. Don't feel pressured into buying something right away unless you can like sign, seal, delivered, like that's it, a miracle has happened, you have finally found the right foundation. Take a sample home, try it, because what might look good on you in the store and the outside light might not look good on you at your office. What if you get to your office the next day and all of a sudden your foundation's like 5 shades too dark or 5 shades too light? Make sure that you have an opportunity to wear it before you buy it.
Do you want to do it?
Yes. Mistake number 4 is practicing. Practice makes perfect.
So whether or not you are working with a makeup artist and you want to do a look, or whether you're trying your own makeup at home, you don't, especially if you were spending a lot of money on the photo shoot, you don't want to go in and have this curveball of something that might not work out. It's the same thought behind when you're getting married and you have practice sessions. You want to know for a fact that it's the look that you want and it can be executed whether it's by you or somebody else.
Exactly.
Let's move on. Mistake number 5, and this is a big one that has to do with prepping for any sort of big day, photo shoot, anything like that. Any sort of skin treatments should not happen within 48 hours, but ideally 72.
Yep.
Why?
So that includes tanning and waxing, and the reason why is you just don't know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
Oh, and it gets worse.
I'll tell you right now, every time I get my eyebrows waxed, my skin is so thin on my face that it does, no matter what, no matter how gentle they are, it takes off just a little bit of a layer of skin, and that type of like no skin area is very, very hard to cover up.
Yeah. And this is something that people don't really think about in terms of prepping. And so there have been multiple times where we've had clients come in and it's just like, ugh, okay, well, the bottoms of your hands are orange, okay. Or, you have a lot of this irritation going on because you waxed your upper lip, things like that. So really thinking ahead of time, if there's something you want to do to prepare that is potentially going to be irritating on the skin, that you want to plan that out multiple days in advance.
And if you're going to be this person right now who's like, well, I don't have that problem, I don't get irritated when I get my eyebrows waxed, just trust us on this one.
Yeah.
Just give it some time to marinate.
Yeah.
72 hours to 48 hours before.
Yeah.
No time sooner, not the day of. I'm on to you. Mistake number 6, blemishes. Don't get crazy.
Don't get blemishes, no.
Don't get blemishes.
How about that?
I cannot tell you how many times I have seen someone just go absolutely crazy on their face because they found one blemish, and the minute they started to like investigate a little bit more, then they find another one. If you're a picker, just force yourself to not do it. We can retouch, we can use makeup to cover up. There's so many things that the photographer can do or that the makeup artist can do that we can't do to something that has been exposed on the skin or, has a scab, has all that gross stuff that goes along with that.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you do have a blemish and it's trapped under the skin, like that actually gives an easy surface to cover.
Right.
And it gives an easy transition to just retouch. But once you pick at it and things like that, there's redness that might change the area and how much retouching needs to happen.
The healing part of the blemish, right, once it's been like popped or whatever, it's harder to cover up like a scab. It's just like, it's a totally different texture than the skin. And so the foundation wasn't really made to cover up that texture. It was meant to cover up a skin's texture. And really at the end of the day, it just doesn't look good.
No, doesn't look good. So don't do it. No picking. Along those lines, mistake number 7 is don't use any new products. Period. Now, I know that everybody is super excited, a new product comes out, you're gonna try this, whatever, but whether or not you have sensitive skin, you just don't wanna throw any curveballs into the situation. And on the off chance that your skin reacts to some sort of chemical in a new moisturizer, in a new shadow, in something like that that hasn't been tested, that can negatively impact the shoot. And a lot of times when things like this come up, it negatively impacts your confidence.
Totally.
Even if it's something that I can retouch, if you know that there's something that's wrong, there's something that's abnormal, that can a lot of times impact your whole energy on the day. So just stick to what you know.
Yep.
Stick to what works.
And if you are gonna try new products, again, I think all of this really is about planning ahead, right? So if you do decide like, okay, this shoot is gonna be my chance to kind of pamper myself. I want to go see a makeup artist. I wanna get some new products. Like, do that well enough in advance where you're setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up for confidence. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Mic drop. Mistake number 8 is the waterline.
This is a big one for me. If you don't know what a waterline is, it's this little space between your eyeball and your eyelashes, that little line right there. For most people, it's a pink color because that's the color of our skin. Now, to my mind, that pink color is the least flattering color it could be. If it's more of a brown, if it's a dark black, if it's a white to really open the eyes, all of those are great choices, but that pink, especially as we mature, becomes more noticeable and actually draws attention from your eyes.
Right. It makes the white of your eye look less white. It can make you look really tired. So finding a product that works for you in that spot is really going to enhance the way that your eyes look in the photos. And we've all heard that eyes are the window to the soul. So we want them to look their best.
Yes.
Number 9 is contouring. We've all heard of contouring. It's a mystical, magical makeup trick that we all want to do to make our face look more chiseled, to make it look more svelte. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, if you are going to contour on the day of your photo shoot, do it wisely. Don't get crazy. Don't do it too dark. This is not a Kim Kardashian moment. This is not an Instagram moment. This is a professional branding photo for yourself.
The more you know.
I feel very, very passionate about this.
Well, the other thing to think about too, and this is something, if you talk to the people who are really heavy in this world of contouring, you listen to Mario, you listen to Scott Barnes, they will be the first ones to tell you that they figure out what the light is going to be first, because the photographer is using light to shape and carve your face. And then on top of it, you're shaping and carving your face. It's too much.
You
and
look like Skeletor.
Yeah, you end up looking creepy and crazy. Okay. So if contouring is a normal part of your skin routine, and like let's say you do a full coverage foundation and you need that contour to bring in the natural dimension of your face, that's totally fine. That's not what we're talking about, because that's something that's pretty subtle. However, if you are taking it to the Kim Kardashian zone, a lot of times that is going to be suboptimal and not actually work in your favor. Your face is going to become more about the crazy intense bone structure than actually you. And anytime that you're having pictures made for you that are supposed to really reflect who you are, that's what's the most important. You don't want things that are going to take away from you showing your you-ness. So keep it minimal, keep it cute,
Keep it
keep
cute.
it simple. Keep it cute. Mistake number 10, the final mistake, is the big one. So the final mistake, and this is when you're working with makeup artists, that you tell them what you want and you do not show them what you want. Kelliana, what do we mean?
Someone will bring in a beautiful photo, like a beautiful, like edited, like super close up of somebody's eye picture. And they'll be like, this is what I want. And when I drill it down and I'm really talking to them about it, I find out what they really wanted was the mascara. Come up with a series of pictures and be able to talk about it. Be able to say, like if you want to have a photo reference, be able to say why, right? The thing that I like about this is X. I like the gold glitter. I like the long eyelashes, and be able to talk through it, because that's gonna help your makeup artist understand what you're looking for. If you give me a picture as a makeup artist, I mean, I've been doing this for long enough to know, like, I'm gonna ask questions about it, but someone else might not do that. They might just say, oh, they want me to replicate this on them, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Okay, let's take, for example, the smoky eye. You say to our makeup artist, hey, makeup artist, I would like to have a smoky eye, please. Let me tell you, a smoky eye means minimum 12 different things.
Even more than that.
Yeah.
25. Everyone has a different reference of what a smoky eye actually is, and so you need to be able to explain beyond that.
My favorite thing that I always tell clients that's super important is to find pictures of somebody who resembles you in some ways. So for me, because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to be pulling reference images for people who have hooded eyes. I probably bonus points if I can find somebody who's also brown, because then we have the skin tone. So then I can say, hey, this look on, who's somebody who's an example? Does Rihanna have hooded eyes?
If it's me, then I'm like, I look like Angelina Jolie, and so those are the pictures.
So for me, for example, when I am trying to talk to a makeup artist, I usually pull images from like Blake Lively, Zendaya, people who have similar eye shapes, and if I can, similar skin tones, because that way I can really communicate and say, out of this is what I like. I'm really liking this vibe, how kind of smoky and blended it is. But then that makeup artist can see what is happening versus me just telling and having them match it what visual they think is going on. It's really about aligning your vision and the makeup artist's vision together, so the results are something that you're really happy with.
Yep.
We made it through 10 big mistakes and how to fix them. The one thing to remember is that these images are really about you showcasing who you are and your amazing energy in the most authentic way possible. So, follow these 10 rules.
Plan ahead.
Plan ahead. Don't try anything new. All the things. Be sure to comment below with the mistake you've committed, because we've all committed them before. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, because every week I come out with new content just for you. Ooh. See you in the next video. Bye.
You're giving me major like Nefertiti vibes.
Because I got a big dome. I'm really practicing my Alyssa knock. Hold on. There it is.
There you go.
No.
And scene.
When you get married, that you have practice. It's the same thought behind when you're getting married and you have practice. It's the same thought behind. Stick around. I'm trying to make videos to learn and to teach how to go out there and be a boss babe in the world. So, subscribe.